So here's the Daypol 08. I've taken out the original board, unplugged the 3 lighting plugs, removed the 4 wires, which are the 2 pickup wires and the 2 motor wires. Here's my replacement board. It's a little bit wider, not quite as long. Same fixing holes obviously. As the sockets for the lighting plugs, the cab light socket, the 2-pin one, that will just act as the power light now. When we turn the batteries on, the cab light will come on and stay on. Plenty of other sockets though. There's 2 battery sockets there for 2 cells. This board has a booster, so whatever voltage comes in from these 2 cells is boosted up 12 volts by this neat little Pololu booster board, which will boost the 8 volts say of 2 lithium cells up to 12 volts for the receiver and decoder. Little socket there for a speaker. I've now made these the same, I've made these different from the battery connectors for obvious reasons. 2 push buttons here. This is the power switch, and the one below it selects the input for the decoder, and that could either be from the receiver or it can be from the track. There's the balance charge socket for the 2 cells. Here's the socket for the receiver, just a 4-pin socket, so that you've got a choice of receivers you can put in, whether it's Wi-Fi tracks or Pro Mini Air, or you can even put Deltang or Micron in there. And in which case you'd probably just put if you didn't want to run the sound decoder on DC mode, you could just put a blanking plug and then put a Deltang receiver here and just run that without sound. There's also a small socket that I've not put on this one, and that is for lock sound decoders that only have logic outputs on function outputs 3 and upwards, because those decoders do have full power outputs, but there are pads on the actual decoder, and those pads can be wired to a little 4-pin plug that goes in here, so that you can still use all the different light functions with a lock sound decoder that hasn't got full outputs on the pins. They do now, some of them do now, but a lot of them don't. Depends which model you get. So that's the board, and the next video would be me putting it in, adding the cells on the speaker and getting it working on radio.